Welcome to the Bloomz on Tour, a unique and exciting art challenge between 7 talented artists from 4 countries over 7 months. The Bloomz Arthouse Collective is a group of brilliant artists from around the globe, united in their passion for creating stunning art, but divided by the fact that they each work in their own very different artistic medium. So, how would these artists cope if they had to break out of their comfort zones and create pieces of art using the media, processes and techniques of their fellow Bloomz artists? Well, you're going to find this out in these Bloomz on Tour episodes. Now, art is for everyone to try and to enjoy. So how about having a go at these challenges yourself at home? All the details of each task featured in the episodes can be found at thebloomz.co.uk after each episode has aired. You'll have great fun trying different forms of art, and the Bloomz artists will also happily give you encouragement as well as feedback and advice on your creations. In this episode, we travel to the town of Rieti, in the beautiful region of Lazio in Italy, where the challenge is set by the Bloomz wonderful figurative artist, Elisa Colangeli. Let's first hear from Elisa and then see how everybody copes with the challenge that she set.
Buongiorno from Italy. My name is Elisa Colangeli and I am a figurative artist. I mainly portray women, but when I want to break the rules and feel some excitement, I'm also a cat illustrator and a sculptor. So it's my turn. The challenge I sent to my beautiful ladies all around the world was about, of course, painting a portrait of a woman in a particular position. This reference picture that I chose is very, very expressive, but it's also quite enigmatic because the feeling that permeates the expression of the person is not so clear. It can suggest a variety of emotions, so it's up to the ladies to get involved emotionally with her and see what secrets she is going to tell and whisper to their ears. The media that I advise them to use is acrylic paint, and they can go for likeness or otherwise making a choice for expressivity and complete freedom, and unusual colors, skin tones can be interpreted in complete freedom.
The first step in each challenge is for the artists to open the envelopes they received from their task-setting colleague. Exciting or terrifying? Let's find out.
So, today we're doing Elisa's envelope.
Ooh.
Okay.
I don't know if I can. Yes, I can.
Yeah.
Taking the outer one off first.
Yeah, take the outer one off first because this one is.
Oh, okay.
And then we got
Is it?
like. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It tapes down very well.
Yeah. You can't get in.
I know.
You can't get in.
Might need a pair of scissors. Yeah.
Going in through the end.
Okay. Are we going in?
Hang on.
Yeah. I'm going in. I'm still on the outer.
Ah, yeah.
How are you? You got your all got your envelopes? Okay. You got your envelope, Mac?
It should be.
Handwritten. Wow.
I know. Wow.
That's impressive to start. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my
Goodness.
I had to write everything 6 times.
Oh my god. Well, you deserve a medal for that. I mean,
Yeah.
my goodness. Right, let's see. Let's get ahead of it. Our head girl's reading away, I can tell.
Yeah.
She looks a little shocked at the moment, so.
I know.
All right, so we're all got the same picture, yeah? Have we? I assume. We all got the same picture that in our...
I would
Yeah,
imagine.
you all have the same.
Oh my goodness, it's on both sides.
Oh, yeah.
That's taken you ages, Lisa.
You can say that you don't have instruction and explanation.
Yeah. Wow. Wow, me condensing my thoughts into a sentence. Now that's a task in itself.
Little.
Good grief.
I was thinking that's going to take me an awfully long time to get one sentence.
Sammy will have to put an essay into a sentence.
You can use every technique, adding that. Even collage, if you want, you can take the photograph printed and then you can paint over the picture. Do whatever you want, really.
Okay.
It's up to you.
I like it.
Wowzers. That's all I can say.
Yeah. You're
Wow.
still speechless.
I am.
No, I love the fact that it's just so open, as in do it however, you know.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
it's about expressing that. Yeah, okay.
It's not about likeness. I should have written that. I hope I wrote that.
You said
About
the
the
could
feeling. It's about
Yeah.
the feeling.
Yes,
But you can
choose
you can
likeness
have-
and precision or expressivity. You are free. You did say that. Yeah, you can choose.
Interesting image as well, isn't it?
Yes. I mean, it can mean so many different
Mm.
emotions or thoughts.
Yeah, you can interpret any way.
Yeah.
Great task.
Yes. Wow. Yes.
I love this. I'm just reading, and I love this sort of meditate on what the lady's whispering to you, what she's talking
Yeah.
about. I'm looking at the image, and like suddenly all these things are coming to me. I'm like,
Yeah.
ooh, it's pretty interesting. Yeah.
Could be so many, couldn't it? That could be tears. That could be clown. It could be so many different things. It could be happy, sad. It could be
Yeah. I should look forward to that because my mind's already gone into like. I haven't got a pen.
Basically, you will paint what you feel,
Mhm.
not what she feels. You will paint what you feel. It's
Yeah.
true for you.
Yes,
Love it.
absolutely.
brilliant. I love it. Excellent.
I just love all the different approaches though, and the way that people have done it. I mean, this
Yeah.
QR code is genius. I'm taken back to my French exchange student letters. When, when I was a child, like pen pals. It's really nice.
Yes, I
having
want
physical
you to
handwritten-
have that feeling of writing letters by hand, which I love.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I
Pretty awesome.
took the occasion to repurpose this sort of practice.
Yeah. Definitely. It comes through. I like it.
So today I have started gathering up all my bits and pieces for Elisa's project. I've got my pencil and kneadable eraser for drawing out my sketch. I have my image here, my canvas at the bottom, some nice acrylic paints. These are Holcroft paints, one of my favorites to use. I love how creamy they are as an acrylic. Beautiful. Some of my brushes in lots of various sizes. I have my black Stabilo oil pencil. I love using those pencils, so that was really cool that Elisa included that. I also have my Caran d'Ache Neo colours to use as well, so I've got those, and I think I am pretty much ready to start. So let's get cracking.
Well, I'm all ready to start the actual painting, I think. But, well, sketching out on canvas now for Elisa's task. I've done some journaling and got my thoughts together about what our subject is saying to me. This is the photograph provided by Elisa, and although I normally just work freehand, I've decided to square up the image and my canvas accordingly, because that's the way that Elisa normally works. So give it a go and see how we get on. So all ready to get started on the actual painting.
Okay, so I have my selection of materials. I've got my instructions, variety of tools and bits and pieces. I have been meditating on my lady and got some words and thoughts coming together. And I've got this canvas that I'm not happy with, so I'm going to paint over that and use that as a base. Yeah, excited and see how we go. Okay, I'll kick off by getting rid of this base. A bit of black. I don't want it completely black, so I'm going to go for a bit of litho blue, is what I'm being called to.
So I'm getting ready to start Elisa's project. I have her instructions, I have my materials, my acrylic paints, I have my canvas, my pencil ready to draw, I have the starting image which I've gridded out because I find that easier, so I'll draw that onto my canvas. And so let's see how we're gonna go. Looking forward to this one, Elisa.
This is the picture that we're all starting with, which is a black and white picture that we can then decide what the message from our girl is. So I have already prepared that. I went through and studied her. I didn't, strictly speaking, meditate. It was more looking at her and seeing what I saw in that face. Wait and see. I think this is going to be a very intuitive piece for me, because I want to make it really colourful. I want it to be like we're getting down into the layers of her, but I don't know how that's going to materialise. I'm thinking I'm going to use I think I'm going to use acrylics, oils and watercolour. You know, why not bring in collage and that as well? When it comes down to it, I might not. Let's see where we go.
While I was doing my sketch, I did not grid up like a lot of people do to get the proportions and everything correct. I actually used drawing aid instead. So that's the way I went about drawing her and sketching her out. So I've chosen some colours. I've gone a little bit off book from the colours Elisa recommended, but let's just see what happens, shall we? I'm about to start painting. So as you can see, I've moved on to the background. In light of my theme, I'm trying to keep it on the darker side. So I'm just trying to blot in some dark colour to start with. Then I'll come back and look at finishing touches for her.
I am. I've got the drawing sort of reinforced a little bit. I've now got some colour on my palette, some basic colours there ready to go. And now it's the nerve-wracking bit of getting some colours mixed up, some flesh tones. I think she's looking a little bit odd at the moment, a bit spooky in actual fact. Mainly I think because her eyes are so bland and empty. Well, I decided on a neutral colour background for her because I want to put on the words, as Elisa has suggested, of what she is saying to me. And I like the idea of these strips using some gold acrylic ink. I just think I need to do a bit more to her hair next because that's really quite unfinished still. To me, the photograph spoke of sorrow and grief. So what I've done at the moment is I've outlined down here some harebells, flowers, and they are a flower that is often associated with sorrow. So I think
Okay, so I have been going for a little while. Elisa said we are free with how we decide to do the piece. So I did these kind of runny tear things, which I am rather liking. So I've stopped for a break to allow them to dry. And then I think I might have a little play with some oil pastels as well. Still kind of throwing some ideas out. It's the first time I've ever actually painted in negative. I know we could have, I think because I painted my canvas dark to start on, and then this around the eye, it's proving to be quite unusual to paint, but I'm enjoying it. So I'm going to have a little stop, a little breather, let this dry, and then a little bit more of a reflect, and then decide where I'm going with it next. So this is where I've got to with Elisa's task. I've been enjoying it again, following my intuition and yeah, seeing where we go. Okay, so she took a complete turn for the unexpected. I felt pulled to add in some stencils. I've seen Elisa doing those before, and yeah, that's what I felt like we should do.
again, this is my brief sketch that I've done so far of my girl. And Elisa mentioned charcoal. I get quite excited about the idea of charcoal, so I might put some charcoal on and see how that works with the sketch and the colour and everything else. So I'm about to go play.
Elisa, how are you?
Fine, thanks.
And just tell everybody whereabouts you are in the world.
I'm in central Italy. I live in a small town called Rieti, which is not very far from Rome. So I'm at home, so in my kitchen.
That's lovely. Now, the nice thing is all of the Bloomz artists have very different mediums, and you're no exception because you're a figurative artist, so you paint women mainly, and you bring out their souls, their spirit within that painting. So tell us a little about the challenge that you set for the Bloomz artists.
Well, I decided to entertain the girls with a portrait, with a female portrait, to be precise, and I chose an image in black and white, and the choice was intentional because I didn't want them to copy the colors, okay? I wanted them to study the lights and the darks. This is not an easy reference, okay? I want to point out that this is quite a particular and difficult pose to copy because it's a 3/4 pose, and you have a slight angle in the face that implies that you may pay attention to the directions of the eyes, the nose, and the lips, because otherwise it would be wobbly, you know, and weird somehow. So I really appreciate that. For just to start with, everyone attempted to or copy or whatever, draw from the beginning, and then we have different areas of darks and lights. So the second difficulty in this particular reference was creating the contrast and giving the depth to the person. With respect to the background that in this case in the reference is very dark, but you will see, and I think we will see different outcomes with all the single blooms, and I'm very, very curious about it. But the third reason I chose, for which I chose that image, is that image is quite, you said enigmatic, and it's quite a good adjective to define it because she doesn't smile, she doesn't cry, she just stands there and you see, whoa, maybe she is sad, or maybe she is thinking about something, or maybe she is worried. Yes, we may say that she's crying, but why? What's behind this picture? And then I really wanted them to write a little bit about this, okay? to interiorize, to make their own image, their own idea of feelings.
Brilliant. So very sort of introspective, they have to think within themselves. And I'm sure, as we'll see in a moment, we get very different interpretations. So let's start off. Let's zoom over to Australia and let us see the final piece from our Australian animal artist, watercolour animal artist, which is Cindy Porter.
It's quite impressive, and I'm really pleased with the result. And I said Cindy made a wonderful job. And I love how the background suggests some graffiti on the wall, and the words are really moving. You don't know pain until you're staring at yourself in the mirror with tears in your eyes and telling yourself to just hold on. So this is a powerful message of courage and even evening suffering. You can see a hope, a way to survive, I think, and a wonderful strength in this figure that I see in this picture. Yeah, she decided to use a pale rose pink for the skin tone, and that's okay. But then she added this sort of Payne's gray or very good blue, and she used it across all the painting, which gives very uniformity and unity to all the image. And I love the shadow under the neck, which is maybe in black. I think the same black that she used for the background mixed with the blue. So it's not monocolor, but almost monocolor, and that's very good because you're not distracted by several colors, and you can really stare at her glance, her eyes, and say, okay, she's telling me something. Let's listen.
So let's go on to our second one then, which is our landscape oil artist, Fiona Hooper. Wonderful painting. It's almost got a film star quality to it.
To understand how hard should be for Fiona to paint in acrylics, because Fiona is an oil artist, and I decided to challenge her twice if it's possible, because I knew that Fiona didn't prefer acrylics. So I really appreciate her work, and she did fabulously with the choice of the skin tones. She is a great knowledge of color theory, so I'm not surprised that she was able to recreate all the nuances for the skin using realistic colors. And I love the addition of expressive touch in the tears, and she chose golden for that. And I also love the dripping, the dripping of the paint on the side. So she's quite a touch of originality, something that you don't expect from Fiona, because she's very traditional in her way of painting portraits. Nothing to say. I love also the flower, because it's quite a symbol of maybe this particular flower, which I don't know, has a meaning in the language of flowers. I'm not ashamed of my sorrow. Nothing is perfect. You can't protect anything from suffering, from decaying, from death. We are vulnerable.
We are vulnerable, and these portraits are showing that, but in different ways. Okay, let's go on to our next Bloomz artist, which is somebody that this will be again a very much an outside of her comfort zone. It's Julie Rothel. Of course, Julie normally does encaustic painting. She paints with melted wax. So let's just see how Julie coped with your task.
The style is completely different, and I see Julie in this, because she used stencils, geometric lines to cover part of the background, and the cutout of the portrait is different from the original piece, and she was able to make the the face pop up in this case. And she chose colors, but for one reason, because the writing on the painting says, "Let your colors shine. Listen to your soul, strength will come again even in the darkest hours." And I love the contrast between the blue and the gold. And I don't know, it reminds me about Egypt, but in a positive way. So we have a much involvement of the viewer, but I think this painting is very sophisticated. Even if maybe Julie is not so familiar with acrylics, she was able to add special touches, and I love that this particular representation of the reference is very captivating for me.
A very, very different take on there, which you would of course expect from artists that would usually work in different media. Their own specific creativity is shining through, and it happens in all these challenges that you've had to undertake. Right, let's go on to our next one, which is Sammy Hexter-Andrews. Now, Sammy is an abstract artist, so we would automatically expect something quite different from Sammy, a bit of a wow factor. There we are.
Congratulations, Sammy, because I know that your style and your way of working is very, very different from mine, but we have a point in common: the fact that words for us matter, and they matter in advance, so before painting and after painting. And I would love to know from you, because I really can't read in the lines of the painting because they are partly blended and covered by other colors, color layers, but it doesn't matter. I know that you were able to reflect on this and make your own decisions about the colors and the style. So I love the curves of the shoulder. So that area of the painting is wonderful, because with a few lines, she knows the lines. She knows what a single line can really bring with it. She was able to render the three-dimensionality and the position of the subject, because she didn't cut out the face. She kept all the figure. In this case, I can see her very sad, but she's more thoughtful, I think. If Sammy can add a little piece of writing to our show to express what is written on the canvas, it would be lovely to read.
It's amazing how just a repositioning of the eyes can change the whole painting.
Yeah, the distance between the eyebrows and the eyes is fundamental if you want to suggest a different state of mind. Also the lips. I love that she's very proud and very confident in her attitude.
Lovely. Well, we have one left to see. This is our fibre sculptor, Stephanie Lester. Now, Steph has really had to go outside her comfort zone in these challenges because she isn't a painting artist. She makes animals out of fibre, wool and other fibres. Every painting challenge is a challenge for Steph, but she's got better and better.
I love it. I love it. I love it because there is a sort of game of complementary colors, the orange and the blue in opposition, that give the high contrast, which is wonderful. And also, it's not casual, the use of the purple in the lips and the green for the tears, and also they are also complementary. And but this kind of purple is also complementary to the yellow. The specific colors are well chosen, and I love the aura that surrounds the lady is wonderful. My makeup is a mask, says the writing on the shoulder. So here we have another side of discussion for the topic. So we have a woman who is aware that she's hiding herself behind the makeup, and she's looking for authenticity maybe, and she's struggling with that. What's the writing on the top?
It will be adventure. So I think she's referring there to life will be an adventure.
So everything is a discovery, including ourselves, once we decide to put off our masks. And I love that she worked a lot on the background. One of the most difficult things to do is in portraiture is to integrate the background with the subject. Here, the background maybe was born together with the face, which is the greatest solution of it. I love it. It's a great job.
Do you agree with me that the expression is almost one of confidence?
She is completely self-confident, and she doesn't worry about herself wearing a mask, because she's aware. When she wants to wear it, she wears it. But when she wants to put it off, she puts it off.
Brilliant. So there we are. So what's your overall impression? You look quite happy with what the girls have produced.
Yes. They amaze me. I'm very pleased with the results. And I knew that it was difficult. And I gave some instructions about color mixing. But I'm more than happy because they decided to go their own way. And I expected to see a lot of colors, and then that's what I got. So I'm happy.
Lovely. Well, all these challenges have been absolutely fantastic. It's really pushed comfort zones. It's given yourself and the other artists an ability to try other forms of art that you may never have got into otherwise.
Yeah, we could stay here until midnight talking about the technique. But I'm not interested in the technique, I'm interested in the feelings. So,
the soul.
Top marks for each of them.
Lovely. Thank you so much, Elisa. Thank you for joining me, and thank you for setting the challenge and giving our girls a real good taste of what your artistic life is like.
Thank you so much to you. It's a pleasure.
Three, 2, 1, reveal! Oh wow, look at all those. Car. My God.
So different, aren't they?
They are.
Oh, I can't wait to hear about these.
Just wow.
Yeah.
I love seeing the dimension. I love seeing the dimensions of every piece because you are holding it.
Yeah.
Wonderful. They are all amazing. I love every single one.
Okay, right, so let's hear a bit about them then. So let's start on my screen. Fiona, you're first.
Oh.
Yeah.
Not horror. Well, so I was studying this photograph for a while, following Elisa's instructions, and basically, I guess looking at some of yours as well, I felt that there was a real strength in this girl, and a real strength of character and a defiance. I felt like she was proud of her sorrow, because with these shapes here, it indicates sorrow, which is why I put the drips like tears running down, and I just felt what I wrote on here is, I am not ashamed of my sorrow, and that was what it said to me. And these are outlines of harebells, which are evidently a flower associated with sorrow and grief, as opposed to the regular lilies that you would see at a funeral or something. So that's what she said to me. I tried to keep it a little bit loose. There are There are some brush strokes showing, and I really enjoyed doing it. It was great fun. Playing with acrylics. I'm so used to oils now that I haven't used acrylics much, apart from Sammy's task, of course. But this was a totally different subject, and I really enjoyed it. I really tried to keep in my head what I'd thought about her when I was writing my notes about her, and tried to have that feeling as I was painting her, about this, I'm not ashamed of my sorrow, and I will be sad as long as I need to until I'm ready to come out of my sorrow and join the human race again, or whatever, So that was my one.
Love that.
Awesome.
Beautiful.
Yeah, awesome.
Okay, so I go to Cindy.
Oh, okay. So, this is my one. So I went with pain and sorrow, same sort of thing. That was the vibe I got from it as well. And my quote was, "You don't know pain until you're staring at yourself in the mirror with tears in your eyes, telling yourself to just hold on." So that was where I went with her. So blue, because she's blue, sorrowful. That's where I went with the color palette with. That was my reason behind that as well. And I don't usually paint people, so thank you for pushing me to that, Elisa, and making me paint another face, another person, because that's something that I don't usually do by choice. But yeah, that's what it was all about for me. So that was her. So yeah.
Beautiful.
It was all about that pain and sorrow, and basically the reflection of that, I guess,
The dark times with the background,
Yeah, all of that, yeah. That was where I was going with it, yeah.
The limited palette suits her very well. And I think you should consider an alternative career.
Thank you.
All of you. All of you.
So, yeah, it was a great challenge. Thank you. And it was a challenge.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely was a challenge.
Okay, Sammy.
Okay. There's my lady. I don't know. Can you see that all right?
Yeah, we can see it.
Yeah. Okay. So what I did is I had my words first after studying the picture, and it's my tears are my strength and not my weakness. Yes. And then I looked at Elisa's work and I went for one of her colour palettes. So I was trying to bring in one of Elisa's paintings with the colours into mine, but I put her tears as different. You can't really see it there, but it's different shades of gold, because that's strength. And so that's where I was coming from. But I just found it. I wrote all around it. Once I finished drawing, I wrote all around it the quote over and over again, and it's like 3 lines deep. And then I painted on top. So some of the words have gone, but what you actually see when you look at it is strength is always there. And that was just a fluke.
Yeah.
But that's not one of the words that was ever lifted. So
that's just intuitive. That's awesome, Sammy.
So this was a very, very challenging task, because I don't do people, animals, or anything like that. But no, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed doing her. Yeah.
Fabulous.
Beautiful. Julie.
Okay, so this was my piece. So I also kind of came from the strength part, and very similar to the others really. I've got words, even in the darkest hours. I've got strength will come again. Listen to your soul. So kind of similar to others really. Let your colours shine as well. So basically, out of the darkness is to then let your colour, sit in it, but then let your colours come through. Listen to your soul, and when you're ready, and only when you're ready, then come forward. But I really enjoyed this one. Again, intuitively led, really. Her hair then went all off-piste, and she was just letting her colours flow at that point. So stuck with the blue colours.
Great.
It was really tricky. Kind of, I wasn't sure whether I was going to go for proper skin tone because it was a black and white image that we were using. But I really enjoyed that blue, and it just sort of brought the blue through as well. So yeah, but I really enjoyed it. It was great, really good, and it's kind of taps into that intuitive side that I love doing, but also just the meditating on the piece before we began. That was a really good exercise for me, and I really enjoyed that. And that was when all those words came through. And it's normally I just jump in with both feet and then adjust as I go, but actually doing that up front I really enjoyed that. So yeah, thank you.
Wonderful idea about tuning into the feeling of the painting picture. And I chose the black and white because I didn't want to influence you about the color. So the choice was for you.
Yeah.
No, very good.
Yeah, it's good.
Me. Okay. So let me get back a bit so you can. Yeah, there we go. So on the outside bit shimmery. So basically, when I looked at her, I was thinking, and I just saw all it as makeup and things. And so my words were, my makeup is a mask. I invite you to get to know the real me. It will be an adventure. So that was so then I, once again, with regards to skin tones, let me get the camera again. I didn't decide I was going to go sort of yellowy gold, but just as I started, that was how I thought, no, I didn't want, because it's supposed to be all makeup, and it's like I didn't want anybody to see her and think, oh, you're that culture, or have misconceptions. It's like, no, it's all makeup. Get to know me. And so that was my concept. And so yeah, once again, very strong. And then as I said, I put lots of metallic around the outside, which was shimmery, which I loved. I also brought a bit of the because I actually did both watercolor and acrylics on this, and I used some of the paint that we made for Cindy's task in the hair and things. So
yay!
So I did. I started up, and when we did the sketching, I thought, oh, I want to play with pencils and charcoal and things, which I did. And then, like, you know, some of it smudges and some of it doesn't. So I really played, because I thought that was also the task of getting into it and playing and seeing what effect. But yeah, once again, don't do portraits or anything, but loved the task, loved the challenge. And I've realised that the reason why I like watercolours, because in my mind I do them quicker than I do like acrylics, where you have to do layers and things. And I don't know if it's because my normal art takes me hours, that when I come to do this I quite like to do it quicker. I don't know, but I sort of go, oh, have I got to do another session? But yeah, that's her. Anyway, there you go.
Beautiful. When somebody who doesn't paint.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, right? Exactly. I think we've seen now that you cannot say that ever again.
No, I won't be saying that. I won't be saying it. No. If I don't paint, it's because I'm choosing not to, rather than. Yep. But yeah, and that's what this exercise has been brilliant for. That, you know, giving you permission to just go do it, and then go, oh, actually, you know.
Yeah. Well, I don't feel like I can say that I can't paint people anymore now.
Yes.
You know, I can't use that language anymore now, right? Yeah. I think that's something we've all learned, that, we can't be saying those things, because as we've seen, everybody has been amazing at all of the things. Like, it's been really cool to witness all of that from everybody. I've really enjoyed that.
Yeah, and in fact, the next show that we do, we're actually going to talk all about that and about what we've all got out of it and everything. So, you know, I think we'll have some quite insights, I think, from that. So yeah, that'll be great. Okay, all right.
Coming up next time on the Bloomz on Tour. It's the final episode and it's live. On Saturday the 5th of October, the Bloomz artists will be on a live stream chatting about the Bloomz on Tour series and their experiences in trying out each other's art forms. Don't miss this great opportunity to ask the artists questions about the series or their art during the live show. And I'll be there too, talking about the making of the series.